JC, of course. Yeah. All right. So so these first activities, you need to give a score, a number between 0 and 10, depending on to what extent you're able to do it. And 0 is very low, so I can absolutely not do that. And 10 means no problem at all. Let's just go for it. So the first activity is being outside in sunlight for a day with sunglasses.
I would say a 2.
Yes. And then 2 hours on the phone or computer.
A 1.
And 10-hour workday at school without break.
I'll put that at a 3.
And 3 clients, that is 9 hours in a day.
2.
Yeah. And then a 12-hour wedding event.
A 2.
Yes. All right. Good. So the next part of the symptom list is your top 3 symptoms in the last 2 weeks, or in the last week actually. So what would you say is the most bothering symptom you've had in the last week?
I would say fatigue.
Number 2.
The headaches.
Yeah. Yes. Number 3.
The light sensitivity.
Light sensitivity. All right. Okay, so now we get to the actual symptoms, and here again you have to give a score between 0 and 10, but it's the other way around. So 10 means it's really, really, really bad, and 0 means I don't have any pain in the back, for example. So the first symptom you need to give a score is pain in the back of the head, like headache in the back of the head.
So I don't have anything like back here, but I would say like right kind of just above the base of the neck.
Yeah. So we actually have a separate symptom for that. So I both have back of the head, and then I have the base of the skull, and then I also have the neck, and I also have behind the ear actually.
Okay. I don't have any at the back of the head.
So 0. And then pain behind the ear.
I would say 7.
Yes.
Between both.
Yeah. And then in the temples or above the ears?
I would say temples, definitely a 6.
Yes. And then we have in the forehead or above the eyes?
Forehead above the eyes is definitely an 8 or a 9.
Yeah. And then on top of the head?
No, I don't have any on top.
No, so 0. Yeah. And then in the back teeth?
The back of like jaw-wise?
I have one for back teeth, and then I have a separate one for the jaw.
I don't have any pain in the teeth.
No, 0. So and jaw?
Jaw, I would say a 9.
And in or behind the eyes?
I would say about a 6.
And sinus pain?
Yes, a 9 for sure.
And general face pain?
9.
And pain inside the ear?
No, done. No. 0.
And throat pain inside the throat?
0.
And pain in the chest?
0.
Yes. And in the back of the neck?
I do have it on the back of the neck, but it's partial to the right side.
Let's go with that. Yeah, and what number would you give that?
Oh, sorry. I'd say about an 8.
And then we have on the side of the neck?
Definitely an 8.
And in the base of the skull?
9.
Yeah. And then we have the upper back, which is just below the neck area.
So again, partial to one side, and I would say that's from a 9 or a 10. It depends on the day, but definitely up there.
Yeah. And then between the shoulder blades? So
yes.
A good part. Yeah. And what number would you give that?
9.
Yes. And then we have in the middle of the back?
Not so much in the middle. Again, it's more partial to the right side. But I would give that an 8 too.
And then in the lower back?
I haven't had any lower back, no.
0. And then we have on the top of the shoulder?
Yes, 9.
Yes. And on the side or inside the shoulder?
No, more so on the right again. And I would give that probably a 7.
Yes. And then we have in the upper arm?
Like, do you mean, I can't see where you're, yeah, more so on the right side, again, and that would definitely be an 8.
Yeah. And then in the lower arm?
I wouldn't say it's pain, but I'll get tingling, on the right side.
Okay, I actually have separate symptoms for tingling in the arms, hands, and fingers. So yeah, I'm mostly looking for what you would describe as pain or
I'd say probably about a 5 then.
Yeah. And then pain in the hands and wrists.
No, I would probably say a 2.
Yeah. And then in the fingers.
0.
Yeah. All right. And then we have feeling disturbances. So that would be like tingling or numbness in the arms.
I'll get burning in my arms. Is that okay? So I would say probably about 7.
And then we have also feeling disturbances in hands and fingers. So burning, tingling.
I'll get tingling down my arm, probably about an 8, but it never really reaches my fingers.
No. Okay. So what would you give for the fingers? Is that a 0?
A 0, yeah.
Yeah. And then tinnitus. Any kind of hissing,
that's
ringing.
I'll get like kind of where my hearing will go in and out. So I would say that doesn't happen often though. I would say maybe like a 5.
Do you have any like ringing sound or like sounds that shouldn't be there from your surroundings?
No. I'll get like sometimes I've had in the past like a high pitched ring.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't happen often. So I would say like a 4 or 5. Like it's random if that happens.
Okay. And when it happens, is it like how frequently would it happen? Is it like because it everybody gets like a high ringing sound that typically lasts for 1 to 2 minutes and then it's gone, and that can happen maybe like once every second week. But what I'm fishing for is like a constant dude, like all the time.
No. I would say more so what you were just saying about like
okay, because then I'm gonna give you a 0 because it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal to get those that you're describing. Okay. So the next one would be sensitivity to sounds.
I would say I'm okay with that. I would say 0.
Yeah. And then we have sensitivity to light.
Yeah, I would give that a 9.
Yes. And trouble swallowing or a sensation that you're not swallowing properly.
0.
Yes. And dry or watery eyes.
0.
Yeah. And mechanical issues with the jaw, so a feel that it's not moving as it should be.
I would say like 10.
Yeah. And nausea.
I would say maybe like a 3 for that.
And then dizziness and balance disturbances.
Yeah, I would say that's up near 8.
And irritation in the eyes, so it can be like itchy or no?
Nope, 0.
Yeah. And then irritation in the nose, also like itchy or?
0.
Yeah. And trouble turning the head?
Yes, I would say 8.
And visual disturbances? So an inability to focus, or double vision, or an inability to move your eyes as they are
I would
supposed
say
to.
I would say an I would say an 8.
Yes. Then a feeling of living in jelly or living in a dream.
Yeah, I know that feeling. 9.
And then stomach problems, so any general stomach problems.
I would say like a 4.
Yeah. And droopy eyelid. Is that?
Um, I don't think so.
No, then you probably don't
0.
have it. Yeah. Okay, and then we have one that I call derived problems. So the first one is an inability to concentrate.
Yeah, I would say an 8.
And inability to sleep or poor sleep, waking up, not being able to fall asleep, or
I would say that's probably around a 9.
yes. And then we have a feeling of stress or anxiousness.
10.
And then we have tiredness or a lack of energy.
10.
All right. That was the symptom list, so I'll stop the recording now.